Hello students, today we will learn about equilibrium. There are number of cases where it is observed that the reaction does not proceed to completion. Rather, the reaction mixture contains reactant as well as a product whose concentration remains constant so long as the conditions of temperature, pressure, etc. are kept constant. So, equilibrium is a state in which there is no further change in concentration of reactant and products. This means that when we are carrying out a reaction, there are two parts, one is reactant and other is product. And here in equilibrium condition, the concentration of reactant as well as the product remains constant. They do not get changed. For example, nitrogen reacts with hydrogen to form ammonia. This means when nitrogen and hydrogen reacts to form ammonia, and again the ammonia get dissociated to form nitrogen and hydrogen. Here equilibrium can be noticed by the double arrow, the reactions between reactant and the product. When there is no change, that means concentration of nitrogen or hydrogen remains in equilibrium with concentration of ammonia, then it is said to be in equilibrium. Now equilibrium can be attained when the rate of the two opposing process becomes equal. If the opposing processes involves only physical change, then it is called as physical equilibrium. For example, melting of ice is a physical equilibrium when it is kept in a thermoflux. Similarly, if the opposing processes involves only chemical changes, then it is said to be chemical equilibrium. And the mixture of reactant and product at equilibrium is called as equilibrium mixture. Based on the extent to which the reaction proceeds to reach the state of equilibrium, these may be classified into three groups. What are they? First one, the reaction proceeds almost to completion and the concentration of the reactant left are negligible. What does it mean? Let us suppose perform a reactions. After some times we will find that the reactant gets converted to the product. That means it tends to complete the reaction. And what happens? There is no reactant left, or only a few amount of reactant is left, which is almost equal to negligible. All the reactants are converted to product. This is the first case. Second, the reaction in which most of the reactants remains unchanged. That is, only small amount of product are formed. Here what happens? Suppose we are carrying out a reactions and the reactants do not react together to form product, or only a small fraction of product is formed. So what happens? The concentration of reactant remains almost constant. That means it does not get changed. This is the second case. And in the third case, the reactant get converted to product and they attain an equilibrium where no changes occurs between the concentration of the reactant and the product. This is the third case. Now let us come to the equilibrium in physical processes. What is it? Where there is change in only physical process. The most common equilibria involving physical processes are those which involve physical transformation. That means there is a change in physical state. We can consider any one of it, like solid to liquid, liquid to vapor, and solid to vapor. Let us first discuss with solid liquid equilibrium. The common example is ice get converted to water, that is liquid water. Let us suppose that we have taken some ice in a thermoflask and close the container. What happens? The ice get converted to liquid, and after few times what happened? At equal amount the ice get converted to liquid as well as the liquid get converted to ice. That means we observe no changes during this conversion. Okay, this is represented as solid liquid equilibrium. The next is liquid vapor equilibrium. The common example is water get converted to vapor. Here what happened? In a closed vessel, suppose we are heating the water, it continuously get converted to vapor, and at certain point what happens? The vapor condense together to form liquid water again. At that temperature there is no net changes between the liquid water converted to vapor or vapor to liquid. So a liquid vapor equilibrium is established here. And next one is solid vapor equilibrium. The most common example is iodine to iodine vapor. Here what happens? If we will take solid iodine and kept it in a closed vessel, after some times it get converted to vapor. At saturated point, the vapor of iodine again get converted to solid state. Here also there is an equilibrium is established. Another example is conversion of camphor into its vapor state. Thank you.